Welcome back to Music Now, a podcast from The Skinny talking to Scottish musicians about their music and how they make it. I'm Laurie Presswood, and this time I'm joined by award-winning singer-songwriter and self-described witchy piano lady, Kathryn Joseph. We met Kathryn in the green room of the Glad Cafe in Glasgow's Southside to talk about learning to love her music, her work with producer and multi-instrumentalist Lomond Campbell, and laying down tracks at his Highland recording studio. Hi, Kathryn.
Hi, Laurie.
Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Meeting me in the green room of the Glad Cafe.
I'm very happy to be here.
Have you played here before?
Yes. I think actually one of my very first gigs was here, and it was on a real piano with Marcus playing drums, and we played on the floor and everyone came round about us, and it was really beautiful.
Gorgeous.
So yeah, I love it here. It's very close to where I live, and I come to a lot of gigs, and the people that make it happen are beautiful, and I feel very proud that Glasgow has it.
Here. You certainly know the ins and outs of the back of the route to the green room a lot better than I did.
It took us a while, but we got here. I still feel proud.
Thank you very much. What you got on the next month or so? I think you've got some big sort of January institutions.
I have some very nice gigs in January. Yeah, so I get to do the first footing in St Giles Cathedral with my beautiful Tinderbox Orchestra, who I love so much. That's on the 1st of January. And then we've got our Celtic Connections gig. Me and Lomond Campbell do downstairs in Oranmore on the 18th, Sunday the 18th of January.
Very exciting. What's performing with Lomond like?
It is mostly very funny and distracting, but I love it. We have a very nice time, and he is very good at his job, so that means it's really obvious how shit at mine I am, and he likes to enjoy that whenever it happens. So it's like the best. Like, it's made me like playing music again. Like, I think I was definitely feeling unsure of, should I be doing this anymore, and making the last record with him and getting to tour it has reminded me how much I love music, even if it's mine. That's the miracle part.
Hopefully, especially if it's yours.
Well, I wish that was true, but usually it's the opposite.
What is your would you say that it's a creative partnership? You've done so much really great work together in the last couple of years. How would you kind of define your creative relationship? Yeah,
it feels really equal now. It was immediately easy, and I've known him for a long time. He worked in Aberdeen when I was playing sort of very early gigs in my 20s, and he actually bootlegged me. I just like to get that as well. But I didn't see him very often, and I've always loved what he did. And then when they built the Langs, him and Susie, it was just. I just think it's one of the most beautiful buildings I've ever seen, and
this is their house in the West Highlands
studio. Studio. It was an old school, and they basically renovated all the work themselves. I think it took at least 7 years, and it's perfect. It's just a really beautiful, perfect place. And so originally I was just like, I want to go there. I want to make a record there. And it was kind of out of nowhere. Didn't really know why I felt that so strongly. And then when I got there, it was just immediately so easy and just so beautiful to get to, even just to play the songs in that space. And you're looking onto the loch, and it was just I loved it. And he and I just got on so well. We were mostly crying with laughter, and then we're recording these very sad, angry songs. So. I just feel really, really lucky. And he's a very rare human in that he is absolutely brilliant at what he does, but he doesn't have an ego with it. He's absolutely just wants to do what makes sense for whatever I've made and what makes sense for the noise I've made. And I just think that's really rare for someone to be able, with From When I Wait the One. No, not that one. What was it called? What was the other one called? Name my own record.
For you who are the
you who are the wrong. Thank you. Sorry. So for who? I
felt that was a pop quiz.
Shit, I don't even know the names. They all sound the same. So when we made From When I Wait the One Is, I didn't go into that knowing that it would be as minimal. Like I was basically like, I just wanted him to do whatever he heard or wanted to. And it was just so lovely that he just really didn't want to do very much at all. And I really love that record. I'm really, really proud of it. And then with this one, he wasn't even he wasn't going to be able to work on it originally. He didn't have time. And it was just at the last minute. I'd booked a week at the beautiful Black Bay studio on the Isle of Lewis. I booked 11 days there. I was just planning to go over and do it on my own. And he, at the very last minute, he was like, actually, that's the 1 week I'm free. I can come and do it. So It was perfect. And just like from that, for like how opposite that process was. He made all that noise that week. And every single thing he did, I was like, yeah, perfect. And so, yeah, I just feel really, really lucky. I don't think, to get to work with someone who just makes... like everything he does is my favorite. It's my favorite noise, and just to have him as a friend, it's just like a really, really lovely. I'm very, very lucky.
Yeah, very lucky. What is it? What does it look like when you're actually in the studio together? What is the kind of the breakdown of it? How does a day begin when you're in the studio together?
I mean, he has spoken before about how much I don't really enjoy working, and so I like to get my bits out of the way as quickly as possible. Like when we were this time, because of Pete Fletcher that owns Black Bay and lovely guy Carl that was working there as well. He it was they were like, so what's happening? And Ziggy's like, well, that's it done. She's basically recorded all the songs. And they were like, have we even started yet? And like no one knew, because I was like, yep, that's it. Just 2 takes. I just want to get it over and done with. But the main thing is that I find really strange with them is like, I'm quite a paranoid person, and I get very self-conscious easily, but I can see him laughing at me. Like I'm doing like certain takes where there's a backing vocal thing that I want to do that was like, I did sing and quite odd doing it, but I can see him laughing, and instead of it just like making me not want to do it, it just makes me want to do it more to spite him. So and then it ends up being like something he's like, okay, actually that was quite good. He's always very nice to me eventually, but it's a very unusual situation, but it seems to work very well for us, and we get it all out of the way, and then I can drink wine, and that's my favourite bit.
Wonderful. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I guess it's almost like you reach a point of, it's one of those relationships where actually almost because they're laughing at you, you don't need to feel paranoid, because you don't need to be like suspicious about what's going on under the surface.
Oh, it's very obvious how much he thinks I am ridiculous. Yeah, it's very. There's nothing is unsaid. So yeah, it's just very easy, but I think it's mostly luck. I just think it's like a really. And I think having very similar taste, in noise or in and a lot of the stuff with this record, like I was showing him that photo for the cover of it, and he was the one that said that should be the cover, and so
it is great.
I love it, but I probably would never have. I don't know if I would have ever chosen it if someone else or if he hadn't said.
Is it you?
It's my kid and my dog.
Ah,
yeah. So
that's just probably actually now that I'm thinking about that should have been obvious.
No.
Is you a grown adult woman?
She is taller than me, so it's okay.
And for anyone who hasn't seen it, crucially, she's wearing a sheep's head mask.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, that's a crucial part for why you don't know it's me.
Yeah.
Could have been me. But no, it's my kid. And I had to pay her £111 to use it, so she's also quite a hard bargainer.
Your kid?
Yeah.
111?
111. It started off at 50, and her dad encouraged her to keep bartering.
Okay.
And I got to 100. I was obsessed with all of the ones at the time, so I was just like, I'm not going further than that.
Okay, so it wasn't that you wouldn't go to one,
no,
you wouldn't stretch to 112.
That's it.
Right.
I will not go further
that's
than
good.
that.
That's a useful skill to learn at a young age.
So. I think so. Bartering.
Hats off to her.
Haggling.
So how does that differ from when you're writing on your own? What does your process look like when it's just you?
I mean, all of the records I've worked on with Lomond Campbell so far. Sorry, his real name is Ziggy. That's why I say Ziggy sometimes. It's very confusing for everyone. All of the ones that I've worked on with him so far are I have written first, and then he has made them sound the way they sound. We've done sort of more recently, I mean, even actually when we were there, we did a track that was his music first, and I added vocals to it, and I love it. Like I'm hoping it'll be on one of his records that are coming out soon. But it was really nice to do it that way around. I really loved it, and in my head, I'm not very good at that. Like I think that I don't, that I'm not able to do melodies, but.
It's like you're the sort of featured star. You're like a sought after talent.
Yeah, I definitely don't think of me as that. I just think of myself as this crazy old witch who is getting away with writing some weird songs. So it was weird to because I loved his tracks so much, and then to write something on it that I also thought was good and that I think worked, and he loved it too. So that I want to do that more. Like I'm excited to do that more with him. And maybe the next record should be that, like just turn it the other way around so that it starts with him and then I add to it, so that it's actually equal instead of what's pretending it is. But yeah, so writing on my own is very strange. Like before this record, I hadn't written for 3 years again, and I did that with the record before that too. And so I just get to a point where I think I'm never going to do it again. I don't know how to, and that's that. And then these ones started. And I think it was May of that year, and they were done by, I had 10 by November when we were recording, and then I wrote another one when I was there, just a tiny one. So yeah, it's very strange. It's like the most addictive thing. Like when I'm in it, I love it, but it also makes me feel quite sick because it's just so constant. It's like the churning of it when you're, but it's also like the only time that I feel normal. And when I'm not doing it, I just feel like, what is the point of me? It's just I can't do anything else, and then I can't even do that. It's very strange. That's
quite a long time to feel like that in between creative spurts.
Yeah, it's not very fun.
So when you are in one of those creative intensive periods, where do the ideas come from?
Usually from things that are happening in my life or things that are upsetting me, and that's how I sort of turn it into making me feel better about it, or trying to understand things. I mean, this one was strange because I was coming up from my 50th, and it was just like a really weird time in my life where I was like trying to work out what I should be doing and what I should even be allowed to still be doing, and feeling lots of just like it ended up being about want and like the wanter or the wanted, and just that dynamic in my life at the time, and how obsessed with it I am.
I should have checked my notes while you were still talking, but I was too interested in what you were saying. So when you've had the kind of initial thought, what is it? Kind of where does it go from there? Do you write at the piano?
Yeah, this time was just all on the keyboard, and we ended up using that, even though it's not that great, but we used the keyboard to record on because suddenly the songs only made sense on it. It's like very odd, quite shit sounding keyboard noise, but I just became quite obsessed with it. They start as shapes, like and then the melody noise, and then it's like the melody almost is deciding what shape the words are going to be as well, like when I'm making noises, and then I have to try and fit some truth into that, like sort of jigsaw of it.
That's interesting. So do you know what a song is about then when you start?
No, not always. No.
Is it like, do you come in a particular headspace and gradually the sort of clouds part?
No, like I can't. There's no explanation for it, and that's what makes it a nightmare because I can't. I don't know when it's going to happen, and I still find it really weird that it does. Like I don't understand how a song can not exist and then it does. It's so strange, and then like, I know that everyone else is like, are able to do like songwriting workshops and things like that, and I'm not, because I don't know how to do it. I genuinely believe that I don't know how to do it, and it's like it freaks me out that here is a song that is now real, and I know it, and I'll be able to sing it over and over again. So, yeah.
That's really like crazy. For thousands and thousands of years, that's been something that has this kind of concept has bolstered people's like belief in gods. because it's like the idea of like you don't know where it came from. It's like a bolt of lightning, and suddenly it's in your head.
Yeah, like I don't believe in God, but I do believe in spirits and ghosts and lovely shit like that. So I does feel, sometimes it feels like you are given something, and that is very strange. Like when I was the second record, that was basically written to try and beg my partner to be with me again. And while we were recording it, there was another song that just came in on the day of recording, and by the end of the day, I'd never had one come so fast. And it was the one that became like what I actually used in real life to make him love me again. So yeah.
Wow.
It was handy. There's also a story about how I shit myself the same day, so I try not
did
to bring it up so
Did
much.
that make him love you?
It just meant that it was proof that he did.
That's nice.
I'm glad that you think that's nice.
I genuinely did.
I just told you that I would shit myself.
Oh, well, we've all been
Okay, good. I do think it is proof of true love.
Yeah,
Because he knew I had, and yet.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, anyway, I've tried to not tell that story as often as I used to, but here I am again.
I feel very honoured.
But it just means that songs can work. Even when you've shit yourself, a song can still affect someone.
Did you write the song? Sorry to keep coming back to this.
Okay.
At what point, what's the timeline of the day?
So I wrote the song, and then I was going to Aberdeen to play a gig to win him back with the song, and I also needed the money for my rent. Like, it was a very important time in my life, and I shit myself in the morning. By mistake, obviously. The first time in my adult life.
By mistake?
By mistake. I just didn't think that's what was happening in my hall. But it happened. And then I was like, I have to go. I have to win him back. And I have to go and make my money for my rent.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I think...
That's very brave.
I think there's a very, Hollywood tries to push this idea of what romance is on us. And I don't find any of that sort of stuff romance. I find weird and disgusting stuff like that genuinely romance.
I love you for that. Yeah,
thank you for sharing.
This is my favourite podcast ever.
Yeah,
I've
this
never
is up
felt
there.
safer or more understood.
I feel like you have a sound that is very much your own. And particularly in this record, it's like... It's a bit more, it's a bigger sound, it's kind of a fuller sound. But in a way that is still very much you. I was thinking earlier, it's a little bit like, someone once said to me that like the way a good chef uses salt is like food shouldn't taste like salt, food should taste more like itself.
Yes.
Which is kind of, that's
really good.
I thought about that when I was listening back to this album.
I think that is exactly what Lomond Campbell does. Like, I think that is what he is really good at. And I don't think he really takes credit for it. I think that he's always very much like that, they're yours, and that's why. But yeah,
I think that's a good producer.
Yeah, he is. He's brilliant. I mean, I have like another record in my head that when I didn't think he was going to be able to do it, I heard a different record. Like, I thought that it would be smaller and there would be drums on it, but like very sparse and just very sort of. I thought it would be warm and smaller. And instead it's just like sexy and hard and like big and beautiful, and I love it. I would never have expected my songs to make sense like that, but I fucking love them that way. Yeah,
it's exciting. I think that it's so obviously your work, and I would say arguably obviously his work as well.
Yeah,
but in a way that is kind of new and different.
Yeah, like I mean, he'd already done the remix record, and that was like, I just loved them. Like, I loved how and the way that he kept the songs whole. I didn't expect. I expected them to be in bits, and I'd have to relearn them to perform. But he just made all of this beautiful noise around the same song, and it was amazing to me that he was able to do that and them still make sense. And so I knew. And I think he wanted to do that with the record before this one, like in his head, that there was like he could already hear that. But I loved that he kept it minimal, and then we had the remixes as well. So that this one, it does feel like it just made sense for it to be bigger. And I I mean, I love it as if it's not mine. Like, I think that's what's that's a sign of how brilliant he is.
He's tricked you into liking your own music.
I mean,
he's tricked you into thinking you're a good artist.
Yes, he's tricked me.
Sorry, let me rephrase that.
No,
he's tricked you into understanding that you're a good artist.
No, sorry. He's just tricked me. But yeah, it's very strange. But it's just so beautiful. It's so nice to listen to something and just love it and not just my usual bullshit spoil it for me, you know? So, like we were talking about that like Harbour, that song, like I probably have listened to it every single day since we recorded it.
Wow.
That's not normal, is it?
When did you record it?
In November of last year.
You just said
that. Yeah, no, like a year. Like, that's weird. Like,
No.
And it's mostly just the sound at the beginning. It's just like, I can't even, it's like it does something to the inside of my mouth. I just love it so much.
Well, talking about Harbour, can you tell me about what the process was like on a sort of granular level with that?
It was weird because when I played them all the songs, it's sort of in a row to see if he definitely, I was like, do you definitely want to make this record with me? Mm-hmm. Here they are. And he would just say, yep, put it on the pile. Yeah, put it on the pile. Yeah, put it on the pile. That's how he deals with me.
Are there any that you said no to?
No. There was nothing he said no to, so that was nice. He pretended they were all good. But with Harbour, I was like, I'm really paranoid about this. I don't think it's very good. And he was like, that's weird. That's the one that I can hear the most on. Put it on the pile.
What was it that you didn't like about it?
I just thought it was really not weak. Isn't like maybe the right word, but it just felt, is it too normal? It just felt like, didn't really feel like the way I normally write. Like, and then now it makes sense because it just it needed so much more on it that I couldn't hear. I didn't know what that was. But yeah, the others I just felt more in control of. This felt like I just can't, and even now I don't think I could ever just play that on its own. Whereas all of the others I probably could get away with. Like, it needs that noise for it to make sense to me. And it was just like, I just love it. It's just, immediately it was just like, okay, this is what I love. I want all the record to be like this.
So was that the first one that you worked on?
I think it was Wolf and Harbour were the first two. He remembers it as Wolf and I keep saying it's Harbour. So, but yeah, both of them are very similar, like immediately like, wow, this is not what I was expecting, and I fucking love it immediately.
So what was, when you got into the studio, like, were you in the room while he was working, or did you kind of be like...
No, well, weirdly, he was in the room. I don't think Pete hadn't realised that he was writing it. I think he just thought that he was going to be like, working stuff out and he was producing it. But so we were all he was setting up in the control room. And I had finished doing mine and he was just working away. But he was also like, we were all talking, we're all laughing, we're all like, I'm constantly like being horrible to him because it's very funny for me. And the whole time he's just like this freaky genius, like has basically written my entire record. And then by like 2 days in, he's like, right, here, do you want to hear this? And we're all like, what the fuck is this? It is just so beautiful and so strange because you wouldn't even have known that he was doing it. He's a very unusual man. Yeah.
And was there any kind of back and forth, like once he'd given you that initial sketch, or was it kind of like he just has presented something and it's a complete work?
We honestly didn't need it because it was all perfect. I know that's ridiculous.
Wow.
And it's not even like me. I'm quite like, there's been times before like where I'm like, this doesn't make sense, and so I don't want it. And there just wasn't any... Because he'd messaged me before it saying, can't wait to, add lots of noise to your songs and for you to reject it all. And it just was the opposite of that. It was just like, I love it. I love it all.
Yeah, it's quite surprising because it's got the sound of, there are those songs and you'll hear people being interviewed about them and they'll say, this just came to me in 20 minutes. And often those songs tend to be quite, maybe pared back. Mm-hmm. They'll have kind of like either a sort of upbeat, or there'll be sort of a cleanness, sort of stripped backness to it. Whereas I feel like this album, and actually those songs in particular, they've got the kind of like darkness and complexity to them that I would have, if you'd asked me, I would have presumed was kind of The result of kind of being stewed.
Yeah, they'd actually taken some time over it. They'd actually cared.
Yes.
Thought about it. Done a few rehearsals.
Or like the result of a back and forth,
No.
The result of the end result of a sort of, I don't know, creative tug of war.
Yeah, no, there was none of that. It was just like, thank fuck, that's beautiful, thank you. So yeah.
Wow,
I'm
okay.
very lucky. I'm very, very lucky.
You said earlier that you thought you had a shared taste in music. So I'm interested as to what that is and whether that kind of informs his ability to be able to just come in and immediately bring something kind of perfect onto a track.
Yeah, I think it's I've just always loved what he's made, and I think that my reason to want to work with him in the first place was that he has he does that singer-songwriter thing, but also does all of that electronic genius noise as well, and I think that's a very weird and rare crossover. So just for me to want to work with him, I like that noise as well. It's probably him outside trying to get in on this.
He's trying to produce the interview as well.
He likes to co-produce at all times. It's just. I think it's just really rare that someone can do both so well, and so that's why I felt like it would make. I knew that he would understand, and I wanted that noise. I knew that I wanted other sort of difficult noise to be added to it. Do I even know what it is? I mean, it's like he likes all the good stuff. Like the sale words we were talking about, like you had to choose one record, and it was Phantom Band, like we were both obsessed with Phantom Band's first record and both raging that they don't exist anymore. And then Afterlands were supporting us for one of our gigs. It's just like we, it's the same. We've sort of been around the same music in Scotland for the same amount of time, and like Aerogram, a really good friend of mine, Craig B from Aerogram, like Ziggy has all his records but didn't know him, and now they've met like because Craig and I are friends, and that's really nice for me, and Mogwai as well. Like Mogwai are like, Ziggy loves Mogwai, and the fact that we get to support, but he didn't know any of them, and now I have to watch them all being better friends, and he's like fucking raging.
That's the worst feeling in the world.
So but
Who
I'm
gives
also
you the right?
really proud. It's more like I'm his mum going, everyone loves my son. That's nice. But yeah, we had a beautiful tour with them. It was very funny, and just like to get to hear them every single night is just, it's like the best job in the world when that's happening. So, and I know that he feels exactly the same way. Like it was just like a total treat.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you very much. I think that brings us to an end.
Okay, thank you. Sorry that I swore quite a few times, but thanks for being so nice.
I was actually just thinking that I had expected you to swear more.
Oh, okay.
I can't actually remember you, except for you did say shit repeatedly, but other than that...
I did say shit repeatedly.
I don't have any memory of swearing.
You encouraged me for that part.
I did, sorry.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Thanks again to Kathryn for speaking to us, and to the folks at the Glad Cafe for looking after us all. Kathryn joins Tinderbox Orchestra at St Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh on the 1st of January as part of First Footing, and plays her Celtic Connections gig at the Oran Moor on 18th of January alongside Lomond Campbell. The Music Now podcast was hosted by me, Laurie Presswood, and produced and recorded by Peter Simpson, with sounds and music by Brian Pecora. Thanks for listening. If you liked the podcast, give us a review on your podcast app and spread the word. We'll be back with new episodes in 2026.